Hello and welcome to the Lost Pines Workshop. So I've bit the bullet and I've upgraded my dust collection. This is what I had, what I was using. This is a Jet model JCDC-2 that I bought, I don't know how many years ago. And its primary function was to service my table saw and my chop saw. And then some of my other miscellaneous smaller tools, right? Since then, I've upgraded the shop, right? I got an 8-inch joiner and a 20-inch planer and a 14-inch bandsaw and the same table saw. And this wasn't cutting the mustard. It doesn't have enough oomph to properly clear the dust from my joiner or the planer, even running as just a single machine. It was just leaving a tremendous amount of chips in the machine and messing up the work coming out of them. So there's that. One of the other issues that I noticed was that the over time, right? Even though I've cleaned this filter according to manufacturer's instructions, it's clogged up enough now that it doesn't have the airflow that it's supposed to have to give me the draw that I need to even service just my table saw. It was terrible. So I went online and said, okay, I'll just buy a new filter. No, you can't just replace the filter on this unit. When you order it, you get this entire half of the assembly, and it's $1,200 ish, right? This thing new was 27. That's almost half the price of a new machine. So no, I ain't doing that. So I started doing my homework, figuring out what do I need. I had lots of conversations, and let me show you what I did. So here's the upgrade. All right, this is an Oneida. It's a Dust Gorilla Pro, and it's got Smart Boost technology, which increases or decreases the fan speed based upon the amount of draw that's happening at different places. We'll see how that works. Undetermined yet. Assembly of this was pretty straightforward. However, this top unit, right, with the motor and whatnot on it, that sucker's heavy. Luckily, that is at the top is almost 8 feet. But I do have the risers on it and wheels on the dust bin so I can get this out of here. And this is the 30-gallon bin. Getting it up there, I had to hook a chain hoist all the way to the top of my trusses to pick it up and move the machine under and get it in place. Not a huge deal. Have the technology, got it done. The only thing I really didn't like about the machine, and I let them know this after I got it put together, is this is the manual on-off switch and a whoopee light sensor for this. So as this gets filled to a certain level, the whoopee light goes up. So hey, dummy, empty me, right? They don't give you any mounting hardware, right? I guess they anticipate you're going to mount this to the wall somewhere. Same with the whoopee light, you mount it to the wall. They don't give you any screws. I didn't want it on the wall. I wanted it right here on the machine. It's zip tight. How Jake leg is that? But hey, it works. All right, this machine new, $5,000, not counting shipping. But we'll see. It's 5 horsepower. It's more than double what I had. I've finally turned it on just a little bit ago, and it's got some juice. I'm real impressed with the amount of power this guy provides. All right, so this is kind of the best camera angle I can give you for the layout of the ductwork. Obviously, the machine is over in the corner, and you can't see that part. Out of the machine, right out of the gate, it splits into 2 trunk lines. One that comes over here and services, goes all the way down to the floor here and services my table saw. Then it branches off here directly to my planer. Additionally, I've got a 4-inch port up here at the top that's going to allow me to hook a 4-inch hose for miscellaneous machines, like I can roll my router table over, plug it in, maybe a shop back hose or something, whatever. That's for miscellaneous whatnot. Right here, the trunk line splits, and this is a full 7-inch diameter trunk line that comes over here before it reduces down to 5 inches to service the individual machines. This branch takes a 5-inch line all the way to the opposite wall and down to service the joiner. Okay, show you a clip, right? As I received it from Nordfab, that's the brand that I used, it all came in one big box, all laid out, and here's a picture or a clip. Everything showed up, inventoried it, everything was perfect, no dents, no scratches, good to go. Then you had to figure out how to put it together, right? I used their engineered plan for this design, assuming that the engineers were going to be smarter than I was in how to run all of that. The initial cost for that was $400, but if you buy the Nordfab pipe, that's included, all right? Or however you do that math, it's reduced from the price of, it's included in the price. All right, so putting this together via the plans that they provide wasn't complicated at all. Once I got over the fear of actually cutting the pipe, because this is wicked expensive, I didn't want to cut one wrong and end up with a piece of trash. It's all snapped together, right? Clamp. Oh, careful. Yeah, see? Anyway, it's clamped together. So why did I go with that? Well, with this old system, I went with the Home Depot special snap together stuff, and I ran all of that. With that, it's fine for this system, this 2 horsepower system. It was fine, but the walls of that are too thin, and this new machine would suck that sucker closed. So I couldn't use that. So I tore all of that out and got it out of here. But the other side was, when you assemble that, you got to put screws in it. You got to seal every single joint. And then if you ever want to move something, you have to unseal it and undo it, and it's a pain in the butt. Well, this snap together system or quick clamp system makes that a whole lot easier. If I want to change something, right, I just finished the installation of this morning. And I'm already thinking, rather than have this 4-inch pipe here, I may move it back over here so it's overhead, just to make it easier with the space that I have. With this system, I can do that. Will I have to cut some pipe? Yes. Not a big deal. It's easier to manipulate, move around. The walls of this stuff, this is 18 gauge steel versus 24, which is 24 gauge, which is thinner, from what I got from the box store, right? This system it's not collapsing this. This is heavy duty industrial pipe. So now on the design and engineering portion of this, when they send you to design, double check all of the measurements and the plan in accordance with your layout for your shop, right? I didn't specifically do that, and I kind of regret it. I gave them a good shop layout and a plan of where all my stuff was, but I still ended up with a lot of leftover. I got 4 5-inch or 5-foot long pieces of 7-inch pipe, 3 no, I'm sorry, I'll have 2 of the 5-inch pipe left, and then several connections and slip joints. All right, that's a lot of money. Can I send it back? Absolutely. There's 25% restocking fee, and I'm responsible for the freight for shipping it back. Well, by the time I pay for that, I might as well just keep it. And I will. I'm going to keep it. I'll store it in case I decide to add another machine or upgrade or move things around. right? So I'll just hang on to it. Now, the cost, a lot. All right, the stuff I got at the box store when I plumbed all this up before was probably in the neighborhood of 300 bucks. This is far from that. All right, as you saw in the clip that I showed you with all the pipe on the ground, that was $7,000 delivered. Ow! They took all my lunch money, but I'm happy. I am happy with how it went together. I know I will never have a problem with running this system, even with the layout that I have here. If I had to run it on this jet, and it was one of the problems that I was having when I used to have this sit in the corner with the ducts run, the pipes would clog up all the time. This sucker ain't clogging, and if it does, it comes apart real easy, and I can clean it out, put it back together. Cool. Should you spend $7,000? Maybe, maybe not. It just all depends on how much time do you spend in your shop. Are you going to get the bang for the buck? I feel that I am. Now, if you have a smaller shop, fewer machines, whatever, there is an alternative to $7,000, right? Oneida has what they call a starter kit that's $1,000, and it gives you everything that you need to be able to hook up 5 machines, to include the blast gates and the flex hose and all that. That's $1,000 versus $7,000. But I've kind of gone that route. I think the steel it's still the snap together, clamp together crap. But I think the steel's a little thicker than the AC stuff that you find at the box store. So if you're going to go with a bigger dust collector, go with the heavier gauge pipe, where you're not having any potential collapse issues. All right, so for my final note, got it hooked up, right? The dust port for this table saw is at the bottom on the back of the cabinet. The 2 horsepower running all by itself with only a 6-foot line, and it's been that way for a year. As I was cleaning and moving stuff around and hooking up the new system, I moved my table saw. All right, I made the attempt, and it took quite a while because there was 5 gallons of sawdust underneath the cabinet because the jet wasn't clearing it out. And unfortunately, the way that Powermatic, oh yeah, remember my rant? The way this machine is built, there is an open edge all the way around the bottom of this cabinet, and it just allows sawdust to get down in there, which just kicks up underneath the machine. That's going to be over with. Now I'll shoot a video on what I'm going to do later on how I'm going to solve some of these table saw issues. But with this new system, with it turned on, it literally sucks my zero clearance insert. It sucks that dude in. It's got some power. So hopefully that's going to eliminate all that. So 5,000, 7,000, that's $12,000 for dust collection. That's a lot of money. But given the amount of time and the amount of dust that I generate, the amount of time that I spend in this shop, that's expense saves my machines by clearing all that out of the mechanical mechanisms, right? These aren't cheap. It helps, so it's it's going to lower my maintenance cost and time servicing machines because it's not packed full of sawdust, right? It decreases the amount of time I have to spend cleaning up, not junk all over the floor. And third, it's kind of going to improve the air quality in the shop and the amount of stuff that's going in here, right? That's a concern for me as well as my air conditioner, right? I have a home style AC unit in here where the inlet is here in the shop. I don't want all that sawdust up in my air conditioner. It's 100 degrees outside, 76 in here. Pretty awesome. Anyway, that's why I've taken the time and I've spent the money. For me, that great cost is worth it. There are ways and systems, right, that are smaller to accommodate what you have. If you're a weekend woodworker, what I've just done is it's not for you. But like I said, I'm in here 40 to 50 hours a week on average, year round. So it's worth it to me. Hope this video helps. Hope you found it useful and informative. If you have any questions or comments, leave them down below. I'm happy to answer them. Have a great day, and we'll see you down the road.